Hi everyone, good evening. Hope you're all well and looking forward to all sorts of kind of things that's coming up here in the UK. One thing that's coming up right now, in fact it's here, is episode 64 of the Shanty Sessions. Welcome, thank you for joining us, thank you for tuning in. Got a few comments in already. Who knew? Well, first off is Carly Franklin. She says, evening Stephen, Paul and everyone, hope you're all well. We hope you're well too, Carly. Thanks for getting in touch. We love to read your comments. Everybody's welcome to put a comment in, whatever you like. Linda Boyce says, evening all, missed you all last week. Well, we missed you as well too. So sorry we couldn't be there, but here we are today. Another one from Michelle Gallagher simply says, good evening, little wave. Good evening back to you, Michelle. And thank you for all that you do to keep us on our toes with our tech. Ben Southern says, evening everyone, couple of kisses, cheeky. And we have a new viewer. I don't recognize the name of Chainsaw, but Chainsaw's very welcome. He or she or they simply say hi. So hi, Chainsaw. Tracy Bernard or perhaps Kevin says, evening shipmates, Kev calling. It's a bit like The Clash, but it's Kev instead of London. Rosemary Balkett says, good evening, everyone. She's got a cheeky little anchor emoji there and some musical notation. Jackie Draper, or perhaps Jackie and Barry Draper, and they watch on YouTube, don't you know, and they watch us in a higher quality. I don't know why, because my skin doesn't stand up to the scrutiny, but they like to watch us on YouTube and comment on our Facebook pages. They simply say hello, everyone. Jonathan Brindle, our good friend from the States, says evening or afternoon all. Evening for us, afternoon for you. Hope you're well, John. And Molly Rothenhouse Faulkner, what a name. Fantastic to have you on board, Molly. So thanks for tuning in. She says hello. Hello to everybody. And finally, our good friend Alison Lucas from the Silver Darlings says ahoy, and a special hi to Barry and Jackie. Now, I happen to know that Alison and the rest of the Silver Darlings met Barry and Jackie when they performed, the Silver Darlings that is, when they performed at the First Light Festival, a slightly potted version of it this year, but what a fantastic event it turned out to be, so we hear. Lovely Tess Wick says hello, and hello to you, Tess. Evening, everybody. Hope all are well, says Sally Hardman. Hi to you, Sally and John. Wow, what a lot of comments tonight. Sandra Warner says, hello, everyone. Can't wait to get back together again. Funny you should say that, Sandra, because we'll be getting back together again, for those of us that feel confident and able, on the 20th. So just one more of the Shanty Sessions to go, and we'll be meeting up with everybody at the Seagull Theatre again on July the 20th. Pat Briggs, hello, everyone, says Pat. Hello, Pat. Lovely to see that you're out there. Sue Day says, ahoy all. Well, ahoy to you too, Sue. And I'm trying to whip through these, but it really is lovely to get everybody's comments. So thank you very much. And perhaps finally, Carol Fisher says, at last, I'm listening in again. Hello, everyone. Hello to you, Carol. Hope you're very well. And what a treat it is for Stephen and I to have all of these lovely comments. We love to receive your comments. And I tell you who else loves it. And that is the People's Health Trust. Now, they are our funders. They keep us financially supported, as well as guided, and they give us all kinds of advice and guidance other than spiritual, because I don't think they get into that, and we don't particularly need it. People's Health Trust have funded us through the Active Communities Programme, which has enabled us to work with people of all ages, from 2 years young to 90 years young. People of differing abilities and experience in music, those that are just setting out on a musical journey, and perhaps those that are accomplished musicians. We've worked with lots of different people from lots of walks of life and lots of ages, and blessed we are to have been able to do that through the Active Communities Programme. It's part of a wider cultural heritage programme, and this Shanty Sessions is our way of communicating with everybody that we've met along the way through this pandemic era. But as I said, very soon we cannot wait to be able to host the Rogue Shanty Chorus once again at our native Seagull Theatre on July 20th. We'll talk more about that in due course. In the meantime, perhaps we should just sing you a song, because I think that's what you're here for, to hear some shanties.
Well,
Get out of it, you.
Maybe I should come in. Hello, I want to mirror everything that Paul has just said.
Do it backwards.
Just say, we can't wait to start rehearsals, and some great news in the last day or two in the UK. We should say in the UK, because I know that not all countries are the same. But in the last couple of days, there's been a...
Not actually, maybe not the UK, but in England.
In England, yeah, that's certainly true, yeah. The government have kind of indicated that step 4 will be happening on the 19th of July. We are still waiting for the final announcement to confirm that, or to renege it, and that they're expecting to do that by the 12th of July. So, but if that does happen, as they have kind of indicated that it will, then we will plough ahead with our plans to start recommencing physical rehearsals on Tuesday the 20th. You still need to book though, okay, and you can do that at www.shanties.co.uk. Okay, now already it's kind of getting fairly fully booked, and you need to add your name to the list if you'd like to do that. Okay, well look, it's been already now 5 minutes and 41 seconds. We've not done any songs. We're going to do one now from, this is where we learned it from. We've got a wonderful collection of maritime and shanty books, and this is one by our friend Stan Hugel. I'm sure he'd turn in his grave if he heard us saying that. But Songs of the Sea by Stan Hugel, and it's a song called Strike the Bell. And one of our members, actually David Woods, also brought this along to us. And our Antipodean friends know it as Click Go the Shears. But certainly we're going to sing it as Strike the Bell, which is number 53 in your folders. If you don't know what it's all about, folders and everything, don't worry, because we bring the lyrics up on screen. But if you are an actual member, you may have this in a folder, and you just need to look between 52 and 54 to find it. So anyway,
if you have access to the round index, it's in there as number 4190. It's classified in that as a pumping song, which was particularly popular in Scandinavian and German crews.
Yeah. So anyway, let's pop up the lyrics. I'm going to get the boy to shift up a bit so I can be seeing.
I'm just going to sit on the shelf.
That's better. Yeah. So we've got some. Right.
Oh, okay.
Do we have the whole thread?
Oft on the quarter deck, walking about, there is the second mate, so steady and so stout. He is thinking of his sweetheart, hoping she is well. He wished that old second mate would strike the bell, second mate, let us go below. Look out to windward, you can see it's gonna blow. Look at the grass, you can see that it is swell. We wish that you would hurry up and strike the bell. For it on the forecastle head and keeping sharp lookout, there is Johnny waiting, ready for the shout. Lights burning bright, sir, and everything is well, but he's wishing that old second mate would strike the bell, second mate, let us go below. Look out to windward, you can see it's gonna blow. Look at the clouds, you can see that it is well. We wish that you would hurry up and strike the bell. Down on the main deck and working at the pumps, there is the larboard watch ready for their bunks. Over to windward they see a great swell, and he's wishing that old second mate would strike the bell, second mate, let us go below. Look out to windward, you can see it's gonna blow. Look at the clouds, you can see that it is well. We wish that you would hurry up and strike the bell. Aft at the wheel, poor Anderson stands, grasping the spokes in his cold mittened hands. Looking at the compass and the course is clear as hell, but he's wishing that old second mate would strike the bell, second mate, let us go below. Look out the windward, you can see it's gonna blow. Look at the clouds, you can see that it is foul. We wish that you would hurry up and strike the bell. Aft on the deck, our gallant captain stands, looking to windward with the glasses in his hand. What he is thinking of, we all know very well. He's thinking more of shortening sail than strike the bell, second mate, let us go below. Look out to windward, you can see it's gonna blow. Look at the clouds, you can see that it is foul. We wish that you would hurry up and strike the bell, second mate, let us go below. oh, look out the window, you can see it's gonna blow. Look at the grass, you can see that it has fell. We wish that you would hurry up and strike the bell. Strike it.
So, okay, Strike the Bell. Yeah, so we love that song. So we kind of, I think we co-attribute both our very own rogue, David Woods, and Stan Hugel with bringing it along to us. And as Paul said, it's Roud 4190, and it's a pumping song. Roud in the Roud Folk Index is 4,190, I should say. And yeah, I mean, I think it speaks for itself, really, as many of these wonderful songs do.
Yeah, I think we're going to go to more comments. One is from the Woods household.
Oh, goody.
They're watching from Hampshire today. And also they watch us on YouTube as well. So get you. Kev Barnard says, Baby Shanty can't wait for 20th. Does that mean that Adam will be joining us at the Seagull Theatre, Kev? That would be that would really be something if you can. Now, Janice Marjoram's having a little chat. Hi, Jackie. Have you and Barry booked your places yet?
Have you, Jackie?
Have you?
Have you?
Come on now.
Oh, she has, actually. I know she has.
She has, because
I don't
she
know
says,
why I
yes,
asked.
we have booked. Janice, looking forward to it. Now, what they're talking of course, is the 20th of July, Tuesday the 20th, when we will be meeting again at the Seagull Theatre in Lowestoft. And
we should be.
We should be.
We should be.
Come hell or high water, we should be.
Yeah.
And although with the restrictions lifted, we can welcome as many people as can turn up, and as is confident to turn up, we would still like you to let us know in advance that you'll be there. So it's not so much a case of booking a place as ensuring that we know that you're booked in, if that makes sense. Now, I would like to say we welcome and invite everybody to still be masked up, and of course we'll still be doing some COVID measures, which includes antibacterializing our hands and
other things.
Yeah, well, hands predominantly, but you can put antibac on whatever you wish. But we'll be asking people to still use it on their hands, and we'll be inviting people to still wear their masks when we're not singing. We won't be enforcing that, but we think it's still good practice. Keeping a certain distance. There'll be a temptation to hug and engage in all kinds of orgyism, but we would put the brakes on that just a little bit, just because really what we want to make sure is that everybody feels confident and comfortable in returning to these live in-session all-togethers.
Yeah. Now, look, I'm going to go to a little thing we do. And a little thing we do is something we call Word of the Week. We've been doing it really since, I guess, one of the first sessions of these, which means that this might be about the 64th time we've done it. And we have in our possession this wonderful book called Suffolk Words and Phrases by Edward Moore, originally published 1823. And old Edward Moore had an idea that he would like to see Suffolk words, colloquialisms, phrases and sayings continue to be used because he felt that they were in decline. And so he put together this this wonderful book, and it has since been gone on to be considered a very important piece of etymological work. And we choose a word at random that we think is not so frequently used in Suffolk, because there are many that still are, and we ask you to have a guess at what you think it might be. And this week's word is
Rudel. Rudel.
Rudel, like apple strudel, but
Without the apples.
Without the stuff. Yeah. So let us know what you think a rudel might mean, because it means something in our native Suffolk, which is the county that we broadcast from, and primarily to and on behalf of and for, because we love Suffolk. We think it's a beautiful county, and it contains a wonderful town called Lowestoft, which is where the Rogues used to and will meet again
and perform. I'm going to whip through some comments. Rosemary Barker says,
boy,
hello, Carol. Janice Marjoram says, yay. Molly Rothenhouse Faulkner says, you got a 6-week-old baby listening for the first time. Well, fantastic that is, but I wonder if it'll be the last time as well. Hopefully not. Jackie, we've heard from. Janice Marjoram says, evening all. Sarah Jordan says, evening all. And Jackie Draper says, love the Silver Downings on Sunday on the beach and again in Kensington Gardens. Lovely. And I heard it went fantastically well with the Lowestoft Longshoremen as well. Sally Hardman says, we've booked as well, though I think I might have booked John in twice. Well, he's certainly of such esteem that he deserves to be booked in twice. Kev and Adam will be there. Is orgyism the word of the day? No, it's rudel, which kind of sounds like it could be an orgyism, but no, it's rudel. Marion Bouchette, our lovely correspondent from British Columbia, we certainly hope that you're staying safe in that terrible climate that's been going on and hitting parts of North America. Marion, do stay safe. Not because I tell you to. Marion says, very happy for all of you as you start to meet in person again. Thank you very much. Sude says, I don't listen. Where do we book for 20th of July? Well, it's on the VoiceCloud website, but we'll pop up a link to it a little bit later so you can find it for sure. But yes, basically on the website, book yourself in. Now, Kev says, Rudel. Is it a rude riddle? Could well be. Could be, but I wouldn't mind a few more other guesses before I let you know. So do get in touch. Tell us what you think Rudel excuse me, might mean. And Jonathan Brindle thinks he knows. Oh, I know this one. Rudel is a specific alcoholic drink. I think it was gin drink. Ooh. Well, you could be right. You could be wrong. Like that song from the 80s. You may be right. You may be wrong. We'll let you know in due course, but I need some more guesses first. Make it humorous. Make it interesting. Make it curious. Make it silly. Whatever you like. Tongue-in-cheek. Anything is fine, but please don't cheat. Don't get on Google. Don't Google Rudel, in other words. Just let us know what you think it might mean. Alison is having a guess. Is it a naughty poodle? Could be. I'm not sure poodles were around much in Suffolk in the 1800s. But what could have been was a robin. Pat Briggs says Suffolk word for a robin. Oh, I like that guess a lot. Anyway, I'm going to go to another song now. This one is not quite as upbeat as Strike the Bell. It is, in fact, the Mary Ellen Carter. Now, this is number 45 in your repertoire. If you have one, please do join in with it. We'd love to know that you're singing along at home. And if you don't have it in your repertoire because you may not have a repertoire, I'm going to pop the lyrics up on screen right now. It goes like this. She went down last October in a pouring, driving rain. The skipper, he'd been drinking, and the mate, he felt no pain. Too close to 3 Mile Rock, she was dealt a mortal blow, and the Mary Ellen Carter settled low. There was just us 5 aboard her when she finally was awash. We'd work like hell to save her, all heedless of the cost. And the groan she gave as she went down, it caused us to proclaim we'd make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again. Rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men, all those who loved her best and were with her till the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Well, the owners wrote her off, not a nickel would be spent. She gave 20 years of service, then met her sorry end. But insurance paid the loss to us, they let her rest below. Then they laughed at us and said we had to go. But we talked of her all winter, some days around the clock. She's worth $250,000, afloat and at the dock. And with every jar that hit the bar, we swore we would remain and make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men, all those who loved her best And we're with her till the end. We'll make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. All spring now we've been on her, on a barge lent by a friend. 3 dives a day in hard hat suit, twice I've had the bends. Thank God it's only 60 feet and the currents here are slow, or I'd never have the strength to go below. But we've patched her rents, stopped her vents, docked hatch and porthole down, put cables to her fore and aft, and girded her around. Tomorrow noon we hit the air and then take up the strain and make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men, all those who loved her best and were with her till the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. For we couldn't leave her there, you see, to crumble into scale. She'd saved our lives so many times, living through the gale, and the laughing drunken rats who left her to a sorry grave, they won't be laughing then another day. And you to whom adversity has dealt the final blow, with smiling bastards lying to you everywhere you go, turn to and put out all your strength of arm and heart and brain, and like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. Though your heart may be broken and life about to end, no matter what you've lost, be it a home, a love, a friend, then like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. So that's the Mary Ellen Carter, and hopefully you were singing along with it. Had some fantastic comments in. Sarah Jordan, and she knows about such things. She says, I think Rudel is something to do with sieving soil. Jonathan Brindle says of that song, I actually sang this one at a friend's funeral. First time I ever did a shanty at a funeral. Yeah, it can be quite a stirring, emotional thing to do, can't it? Especially for a friend. Rudel, when sailing a boat using the rudder to change direction, is to rudel, according to Sandra Warner. Yeah, could be. So tacking, basically. Carly Franklin very kindly gives 4 rounds of applause. So does Sarah Jordan, and 3 from Michelle Gallagher. Jonathan says, excellent job. Thank you very much, John. Tracy Barnard or Kev, is Rudel short for Ruddy Grey Puddle? Could be. I hope it is now. I really do. Fantastic. Now, just a few things to remind you of, and that is our Connections program. We are presenting a program of unique how-to interactive Zoom presentations, and we've got one coming up, don't you know? It's an introduction to understanding dementia, and this really will be fascinating and well, very important to a lot of people, I think, as it is such a serious illness and affects so many of us in different ways. Excuse me. Now, we've had Matt Rowland on before, talking to us about Makaton, a form of sign language, and fantastic he was at that as well. But Matt has many strings to his bow. He's a speech and language tutor, and under that remit, he has a lot of knowledge about dementia and the understanding of dementia and how to communicate with people that might be frustrated suffering with this condition. Now, on the 28th of July, 7:30 p.m., Matt will be presenting this wonderful talk. And if you would like to come along and be a part of this, it's totally free. We welcome everybody. Please do get in touch. I know Matt. We've known him for some years, and he's fantastic and very patient and very good at explaining things that may otherwise pass us by. And so I know you'll get a lot from it. If you'd like to be included, as I said, it's completely free and everybody's welcome, but you must register with us. So please go to www.thevoicecloud.co.uk/connections, where you can register to make sure that we save you a space. As I said, everybody's welcome, but we must know in advance that you're coming along so that we can send you by email, preferably, the details on how to join us, the links and whatnot. So, as I said, please do get in touch. Please let us know if you'd like to join in, and I hope you will. Now, a few more comments have come in. Jonathan Bridle talks of his friend, of which he sang the Mary Ann Carter at his funeral. He was in a boating accident and passed that way. So when his wife asked it seemed fitting. Yeah, I should imagine that was very fitting, and probably not a dry eye in the house either. Thanks for sharing that with us, John. Roodle is a verb, to roodle, says Sally Hardman. It means to waste time, as in stop roodling around and get on with it, my lad. And I think she's talking directly to me. I feel suitably chastised there. And I will get on with it. And by getting on with it, what I mean is to sing the next song, which is our arrangement. Well, it's not our arrangement, but it's our version of South Australia. Excuse me. I'm just going to have a sip of water because I've got a couple of frogs living in my throat. Now, this is number 44 in your repertoire. And once again, I want to know that you're singing along. We sing this, as it were, as according to the A.L. Lloyd version, or an A.L. Lloyd version. It's in the round index is 325. And what a fantastic song it is, too. Just going to read you some notes I have on it here. Popular on the Clippers, on Wool and Wheat Traders. It was thought to be a heave away or capstan shanty, but it was also heard to be sung at the windlass in more modern times. Apparently also a black seaman in London in 1886 commented that it was also popular with stevedore dock workers in Jamaica. And now there's some confusion about who the Rolling Kings are in this song. Heave away, you Rolling King. Could it be the sailor? Could it be the waves, the rolling waves, the kings? Could it be something else? If anybody has explicit knowledge on that, or even implicit knowledge, please do let us know. Be really interested to put that one to bed. Certainly seems to be the sailors, as in heave away, because they're the ones that are going to heave. But who knows? Who knows for sure? Very difficult to be sure. Anyway, number 44, sing along. In South Australia I was born, well heave away, haul away. In South Australia round Cape Horn, we're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king, heave away, haul away. Heave away, oh hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. As I walked out one morning fair, well heave away, haul away. 'Twas there I met Miss Nancy Blair, we're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king, heave away, haul away. Heave away, oh hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. There ain't but one thing grieves my mind, well heave away, haul away, to leave Miss Nancy Blair behind. We're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king, heave away, haul away. Heave away, oh hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. Oh, when I sail across the sea, well, heave away, haul away. My girl says she'd be true to me. We're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king. Heave away, haul away. Heave away, oh, hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. I rung her all night, I rung her all day, well heave away, haul away. I rung her before we sailed away, we're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king, heave away, haul away. Heave away, oh hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. I shook her up, I shook her down, well, heave away, all away. I shook her round and round and round, we're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king, heave away, all away. Heave away, oh, hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. Oh, when we wallop around Cape Horn, well, heave away, all away. You'll wish to God you'd never been born. We're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king, well, heave away, all away. Heave away, oh, hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. Wish I was on Australia's strand, well, heave away, all away. With a glass of whiskey in my hand, we're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king, heave away, all away. Heave away, oh, hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king, heave away, all away. Heave away, oh, hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. Now, this is an actual shanty, and by shanty we mean it was a work song, unlike the Mary Ellen Carter, which, as far as I know, was never used to synchronize men's efforts on board ship. Apart from anything, it's quite a contemporary piece. But in South Australia, this is, in fact, a work song, so we can legitimately call that a shanty. Now, I'm going to go back to what we call, hey, you heard it, boy, the word of the week. This week, that word is roodle. 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 What do you think roodle means this week, ladies and gents? Do let us know. We've had a few suggestions, and I'd love to know what that might mean to you. Have a little guess. Tell us what you think. Roodle. We've had some guesses already, and I'm going to read them out. The Woods household says, our Hampshire friend who thinks we Suffolk folk speak a foreign language even today, we kind of do, thinks roodle is an old man. Oh, I see. Like the roodle of Aaron. And Sude says roodle could be like raddle, i.e. coloured or red paint, put on a ram's chest to mark ewes he has served. I think I know what you mean by served. So lambing dates are known for each ewe. Yes, I've seen that with other colours actually. Sometimes yellow, perhaps it's whatever paint is available. So roodle, raddle could well be that. And then David and Janet just correct themselves. You got there in the end. I knew what you meant. Janice Marjoram says, you're in British Columbia. How's the weather for you? I think we've all seen the reports on the weather, but let's hope it's calmed down significantly. Do you think rolling king, asks Sarah Jordan, could be a mishearing of rolling kin, as in a kind of brothers in arms feel among sailors? Could well be. So heave away, you rolling kin. Heave away, my rolling brothers, I guess. Yeah, could well be. Often there's these mondegreens and mispronunciations and whatnot. Thank you very much, Michelle Gallagher. Offering 4 rounds of applause there. Very nicely done. I really appreciate that. Now, the next number I'd like to sing would be number 19 in the repertoire. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you a little picture of our wonderful Rogue Shanty Chorus in action, because we'll be seeing them again soon. Excuse me. Hopefully on the 19th. Sorry, the 20th. Hopefully on the 20th of July, Tuesday the 20th. Now, this is us in performance at the Seagull Theatre. Not quite the full group, but quite a lot of us. And what a great time we had. We can't wait to get back to that. And it seems almost surreal to think that if we can start rehearsing again on the 20th of July, we may not be very far away from planning our next performance. And what a delight that would be, certainly for me. Anyway, Spanish ladies, I'm just going to sing that and then I'll give you some notes on it because there's quite a lot of terminology to be discussed if you want it. Let's get rid of that. So, Spanish ladies, number 19, please sing along. Farewell and adieu to you Spanish ladies, farewell and adieu to you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail for old England, but we hope in a short time to see you again. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt sea. 'Twas 45 till we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ashen to Scilly is 35 leagues. We hove our ship to with the wind from southwest, boys. We hove our ship to for to strike soundings clear. 'Twas 45 fathoms with a white sandy bottom, so we squared up our mainyard and up channel did make. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt sea until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ashen to Scilly is 35 leagues. The first land we sighted was called the Dodman, next Ramehead off Plymouth, then Portland and the White. We sailed by Beachy, by Fairlight and Dungeness, and then we bore up for the Southfall and Light. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt sea until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ashen to Scilly is 35 leagues. Then the signal was made for the Grand Fleet to anchor, and all in the Downs that night for to lie. Let go your shank painter, let go your cat stopper, haul up your clew garnets like tacks and sheets fly. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt sea until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ashen to Scilly is 35 leagues. Now let every man drink off his full bumper, and let every man drink off his full glass. We'll drink and be jolly and drown melancholy. Here's to the health of each true-hearted lass. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt sea until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ashen to Scilly is 35 leagues. So, number 19, Spanish ladies. Now, you may well be wondering, because there's an awful lot of terminology. I'm going to leave the lyrics up so you can see the bits I'm talking about. But we've discovered this in the Oxford Book of Sea Songs, page 124. Spanish ladies is the story of British naval men sailing north from Spain and along the English Channel. There is apparently a fog, as the crew are unable to determine their latitude by sight. Instead, they console themselves with the sandy bottom they've sounded and the width of the entrance between the rocks of Ushant to the south and the Scilly Isles to the north. The succession of headlands on the English shore suggests a ship tacking up channel away from the French coast, identifying a new landmark on each tack. Now, it would have, for obvious reasons, geographically, would have originally been sung aboard homeward bound ships from the Med, and then it was adopted by merchant seamen and used as a capstan shanty. Quite a quick capstan shanty, I guess, but a very nice regular beat to that. Now, it's picked up in a few different places. The song is quoted in full in the 1840 novel Poor Jack. It appears in part in the 40th chapter of Herman Melville's Moby Dick, and in Treason's Harbour, a few other places. It also appears in Arthur Ransom's book Swallows and Amazons, and the song notably appeared in the 1975 film Jaws. You may remember, totally different melody though. I'm trying to remember. It's a much more major key. I can't remember it at all now. I've got that stuck in my head now. But yeah, it was sung during that drinking session. What a fabulous scene that was. Anyway, so terminology. What do we have? So Rame Head, southwest of the village of Rame in Cornwall. Portland, Portland Bill, at the southern end of the Isle of Portland. The Wight, as in the Isle of Wight. Beachy Head, a chalk headland in East Sussex. Fairlight is a village in East Sussex, 3 miles to the east of Hastings. Dungeness is a headland on the coast of Kent. The Downs, an area of sea in the southern North Sea. Now, a shank painter is a short rope or chain by which the shank of an anchor is held fast to a ship's side when not in use. The cathead is the large wooden beam located on either side of the bow of a sailing ship. The cat stopper also fastens the anchor on. And the clew garnet, a rope attaching to the clew of a sail, which is used to furl it. And I think that's all you need to know about that song. Now, on the 6th of July, 1699, Captain William Kidd, infamous William Kidd, was arrested at the home of Lord Belmont, the governor of New York. So we are at this present day, in fact, on that very anniversary. And if my math serves me correctly, that is 322 years ago.
Could anyone see that face there? That was the true face of absolute concentration. So we're going to do this is a classic broadside, and based on a much older. I mean, this is old enough in itself. It's in the Round Folk Index is 1900. We're all about the 1900s this evening. It was based on a much older song, or the melody of which, called "Wondrous Love." And as Paul said, the real Captain Kidd was executed for piracy in 1701 on this day. No, he was executed in 1701, which was 2 years after this day that he was arrested. Sorry, I do need to get that right, because people will obviously write in, won't they?
And they will.
They'll write in and complain.
And in actual fact, we don't mind standing corrected at all, as long as we were wrong in the first place.
Yeah.
So we'd like to sing you this song called Captain Kidd.
Put it there.
My name was Captain Kidd as I sailed. My name was Captain Kidd as I sailed. My name was Captain Kidd, God's lords I did forbid, and most the I did as I sailed. Now my parents taught me well as I sailed, My parents taught me well as I sailed. My parents taught me well to shut the gates of hell off against them, I rebelled as I sailed. My name was Captain Kidd as I sailed, My name was Captain Kidd as I sailed. My name was William Kidd, God's laws I did forbid, and most viciously I did as I sailed. And I murdered William Moore as I sailed, I murdered William Moore as I sailed. I murdered William Moore and I left him in his gore, not many leagues from shore I sailed. Yes, my name was William Kidd as I sailed, My name was Captain Kidd as I sailed. My name was William Kidd, God's laws I did forbid, and most viciously I did as I sailed. So to execution dock I must go, To execution dock I must go. To execution dock, put my head upon the block, and no more the laws I'll mock as I sail. My name was William Kidd as I sailed, My name was William Kidd as I sailed. My name was Captain Kidd, God's laws I did forbid, and most viciously I did as I sailed. My name my name was William Kidd. God's laws I did forbid, and most recently I did as I said. As I said. As I sail. As I sail. Sailed.
Yeah, so there you go. We're commemorating the date on this day in 1699 that William Kidd was arrested. Under 2 years later, he was actually executed, and he was the last person to be killed at Execution Dock, as it was known, in Wapping. That's still there, but obviously they don't execute people anymore. At least we hope not. Anyway, should we do some comments?
Yeah. So Monica Manning says, "Hi everyone." 2 smiley faces. Not too smiley, but 2 smiling faces. Rosemary Balkett says, "Is Rudel a right old muddle?" Could be a right old muddle, or rit old muddle, as we say here. Maxine Howard hazards a guess. Is a Rudel a cooking implement, like a draining spoon with holes? Oh, I see, like a draining ladle kind of thing. Could be, Maxine. You'll have to wait and find out. Marion Bouchard, we were melting about a week ago, she says, in response to Janice asking about the weather. We had 41.6 degrees Celsius here, which is more than 10 degrees hotter than it normally is. Happily, it's a more balmy 24°C today. Yeah, that sounds much more comfortable. Glad to know that you're okay and surviving the heat. We've heard lots of reports on the news of how some people haven't been quite so lucky, but very pleased to hear that you're okay and starting to feel more comfortable over there. Sarah Jordan likes Spanish ladies very much. I think you mean the song rather than ladies from Spain, but either is fine. Jonathan Brindle says, and the most important quote, Quint sings it in Jaws. Yes.
Yes.
Good old Quint.
Yeah.
He's a funny old fella.
A funny old fella was he.
I still can't find that major tune in my head. Anyway, Jonathan Brindle gives it 3 rounds of applause. Very kind, sir. Thank you very much. We still going out?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Why?
Just checking, because the last comment was a while back. Okay. Good. Someone just comment to let us know that you're receiving us okay.
Yeah, that's what Paul means is someone comment and tell him how brilliant he did. That's what he wants.
No.
Okay, we're going to do a song now, and it's an erstwhile song known by many titles. The Fish's Lamentation, Fish of the Sea, Up Jumped the Herring. The Americans know it as the Boston Come All Ye, the King of the Sea, and we know it via very, you are still broadcasting. We know it via many wonderful and reputable East Anglian folk singers, Harry Cox, Sam Larner, and many others as Windy Old Weather. Weather indeed. Oh yeah, should we get the?
Yeah, let's let everybody join in at home, please.
Yeah, so if you'd like to join in, this is number 10 in the folders. If you don't have a folder, I think you know the score now. We'll bring it up so you don't have to worry. As we were a-fishing our pays for a light, shooting and hauling and trawling all night in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When up jumped a herring, the Queen of the Sea said, now you old skipper, you cannot catch me in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. Then round comes a place with spots on its side, says not much longer these seas you can ride in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. Then round comes a
mackerel with stripes on his back. Says, now old skipper, you'll shift your main tack in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. Then up jumps a slipsail as strong as a horse. Says, now old skipper, you'll shift your main course in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. Then up with a conger, as long as a mile. Wind's coming eastly, he said with a smile, in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. I think what these fishes were saying was right. We'll haul up our gear now and steer for the light in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. Now, we've got a comment from Maggie Clark.
Oh, go on.
Who says, I was singing this today when I was battling along the prom, and it was blowing a hoolie, which is a great Suffolk word, blowing a hoolie. Now, this may strike some debate because I've heard people say hoolie.
Yeah.
I've heard people say hooey. What do you say?
Howie.
Howie. I say hoolie, but I've heard people say hooey. What do you say? Do you say hooey? Do you say hoolie? I'd like to know.
I've heard it said as hoe in a bluey.
No, you haven't. Sally Hardman says, I like this one a lot. Thank you very much, Sally. We all certainly sing it rather well when we're in a group. And Michelle Gallagher offers 4 rounds of applause, so thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess, do you know what? I was going to talk something else about the 6th of July, if I can find it.
The 6th of July?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, which today is, yeah.
Yeah. You, Phil, do a tap
now,
dance.
Now, don't forget, I'm not going to do a tap dance. Now, don't forget, please, we will be here with one more Shanty session next week. That's the 13th of July, Tuesday the 13th of July. And then after that, the Shanty sessions will take some kind of hiatus in favour of meeting up on a regular basis with a road Shanty chorus. We haven't quite worked out what we're going to do yet for our online contingent of friends from across the globe. Our good friends in the States and in Canada, as well as Poland. We have some people join us in Germany and Russia.
Yeah.
So we will
even a very dedicated, staying up very late or getting up very early, Antipodean.
Yes.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Thank you wherever you are, whoever you are.
Someone from Australia and New Zealand as well as the Antipodeans.
Yeah.
And we will work something out in which we can still stay in touch with you guys. If you'd like us to, you may be glad of a break. But we haven't quite worked out what yet, so bear with us and keep an eye on our Facebook page after next week, which is Tuesday the 13th. That will be the 65th and final Shanty session for a little while at least.
Yeah, till it all goes wrong again. Anyway, look, we feature this book regularly. A Suffolk calendar. Where's the camera? I should know. It's the thing pointing at us. A Suffolk calendar by Alan Jobson. And Alan, we have several other of his books, actually. One wonderful writer, no longer with us, who had a particular fascination with Suffolk, being from North Suffolk himself. And we take dates out of this Suffolk calendar, and it says, on July the 3rd, the dog days begin. If the dog days be clear, 'twill be fine all the year. The dog days were well known to the Victorians and the East Anglians, and were really connected with the rising and setting of the dog star Sirius. This originated with the ancient Romans, who said that at this time the seas boil, the wines ferment in the cellars, and standing waters are set in motion. The dogs also go mad. Bede states they begin on July 14th. And then he goes on to offer a cure for the bite of a mad dog. So thankfully, we don't need cures for bites from mad dogs. No, exactly. Yeah. So, but we are in the dog days.
Jack. Anyway, the dog days. I almost distinguish between East Anglians and the Victorians, as if Victoria. Do they mean Victoria in Australia?
No, I think they mean the Victorian age, but
as well as East Anglian age.
Yeah.
It must be now is the East Anglian age. This is the age of the East Anglians. Just on the side debate, the little hustle I had going. Sarah Jordan says Hooley. Thank you. Sally Hardman says Hooley. No question. Pat Briggs says Hooley as well. This is fairly conclusive. Rosemary Balkett says Hooley.
Yeah.
Kev says fair old blow, mate. Yep. Jonathan Brindle says that would be nice. Thank you. In response to some kind of provision we'll be doing. We'll mention that again, but I have mentioned it.
Okay, so I'm just going to push this one more time, and this is a project that Paul and I are leading on as part of our organisation, the Voice Cloud, and it's a monthly how-to interactive Zoom presentation. Last month, or just a couple of weeks ago, in fact, with the wonderful Fiona Davies, East Anglian step dancer, and on a very different subject. The next one in a couple of weeks' time, we have an introduction to understanding dementia with speech and language tutor Matt Rowland. Wednesday, the 28th of July. It's free to attend, but you do just need to enroll, and you can do that by going to thevoicecloud.co.uk/connections. So nice and easy to do that. And I guess we ought to tell people what our word of the week is before we do our final song.
Yeah, well, there's a few things to say. One is don't forget to join us on Zoom tonight. If you have the chance and the inclination, we'll be heading over there in 3 minutes and 11 seconds.
10 seconds.
Approximately.
8.
5. Roughly 8:30, we'll be heading over there for about half an hour of shanty chat and anything you really want to get off your chest. But as Stephen said, the word of the week, and we actually had a correct guess, or educated guess, certainly, and it was correct. Jonathan Brindle said it was a drink involving gin, and according to Edward Moore, he's absolutely correct. Rudel, a beverage composed of warm beer and gin with sugar, a slice of lemon peel. Well, that sounds very civilized, if slightly disgusting.
Okay, well, we can do a song now, just plainly, simply called Whoop Jamboree. Whoop or whip. Depends where you are in the world. I've heard it called both whip and whoop.
Hooey.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you say potato, I say hooly. And it goes like this.
And now, me lads, be of good cheer, for the Irish coast will soon draw near. We'll set a course for old Cape Clear. Johnny, get your old cakes done. Whip, jamboree, with the pigtail sailor hanging down behind. Whip, jamboree, oh, Johnny, get your old cakes done. Now Cape Clear it is in sight. We'll be off Holyhead by tomorrow night, and we'll set our course by the Portsmouth light. Johnny, get your old cakes done. Whip, jamboree, with your pigtail sailor hanging down behind. Whip, jamboree, Johnny, get your old cakes done. Now, my boys, we're off Holyhead. No more salt beef or weevilly bread. One man in the chains, swinging the lead. Oh, Johnny, get your old cakes done. Whip, jamboree, with your pigtail sailor hanging down behind. Whip, jamboree, Johnny, get your old cakes done. Now, my lads, we're around the rock, all hammocks slashed and chests well well locked. We'll haul her into the Waterloo dock. Oh, Johnny, get your okay done. Whip, jamboree, with your big sail, sailor, hanging down behind. Whip, jamboree, Johnny, get your okay done. Now the lads, we're all in the dock. We'll be on to Dan Lowry's on the spot, and there we'll see a good fine pot. Johnny, get your okays done. Whip, jamboree, with a piece of sail, sailor, hanging down behind. Whip, jamboree, Johnny, get your okays done. Whip, jamboree, with your big sail, sailor, hanging down behind. Whip, jamboree, Johnny, get your okays done. Oh, Johnny, get your okays done. Oh, Johnny, get your okays done. Johnny, get your okays done. Sounds a bit like that should be from a teenage opera.
Yeah, I feel like it should be. Yeah, but look, we're going to head over to Zoom. Thank you very much. Bless you for joining in and watching. See you next time.
Thank you so much.